Standard form of linear function. So before I get into this standard form, I'm just going to do a quick review of the slope-intercept form, because there's a few different forms of linear functions. In the last unit, we were all focused on slope-intercept form. So I'm just going to review that really fast. So slope-intercept form is in this y equals mx plus b. So remember, in y equals mx plus b, this would be our, this is our y-intercept. This 4 would be our y-intercept. That's where the b is. So positive 4 here would be our y-intercept. Let me do that in blue, actually. It's our y-intercept. So you start at 4, and then the slope's -3. So it's easier to write as a fraction, so I would go down 3 over 1. That is the rate of change. That is our slope. So that's what the line would look like. So when you have a line written in slope-intercept form, this is how you approach it. You identify the y-intercept, and then you identify the slope, and you plot points. So even on letter B, our y-intercept is -5. So we start at -5 on the y-axis. And then our slope is 1/2. So we just go up 1, to the right 2. It's positive, so we're going in this direction. So that was all last unit. This is what we call slope-intercept form. It gives us the y-intercept, and it gives us the slope, and that's how we graph it. So in this unit, we're going to be dealing with different forms of linear functions. And the second form, so our first form was slope-intercept. The second form is called standard form. Okay, so this is standard form. It's written in this form of ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are constants. They're just numbers. Those are our coefficients, okay? So I'm going to read this little paragraph here. It says, the benefit of having an equation in standard form is that you can quickly find both the x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, plug in 0 for y and solve. To find the y-intercept, plug in 0 for x and solve. From there, connect the 2 points and you have your line. But you can always graph the line by converting into slope-intercept form as well. So we're going to kind of practice graphing these functions written in standard form with both methods. Okay, so it's going to be totally up to you which method you use from here on out, but let me show you both methods. So method 1, find the x and y intercept. So here's our equation up here. So if we want to find both the x and y intercept, so I'm going to label x-intercept. I'm going to do that one first. So to find the x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y. So I'm going to go 4x plus 2. I'm going to substitute 0 in for y equals 16. 2 times 0 is 0, so I just have 4x equals 16. Divide by 4, x equals 4. So my x-intercept is at 4. So I'm going to put a dot there. That's how you find the x-intercept. You plug in 0 for y. Now to find the y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for x. And hopefully that makes sense as to why you would plug in 0. On the x-axis, this point here, this is 4, 0. The y value is always 0 on the x-axis, and on the y-axis, anywhere on this y-axis, the x value is always 0. So that's why we're plugging in 0. But anyhow, so I'm plugging in 0 for x. 4 times 0 is 0, so I just have 2y equals 16. Divide by 2, y is 8. So the y-intercept is at 8. And to form a line, you only need 2 points. So I have my x-intercept, I have my y-intercept. So this line is going to look something like that. So that's one method to graphing an equation written in standard form. Find the x and y intercepts. To find the x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y. To find the y-intercept, you plug in 0 for x. Now method 2, convert to slope-intercept form. So let me rewrite this equation. And we're going to kind of convert it into slope-intercept form, which is that y equals mx plus b. And since it's in y equals mx plus b, we're basically just isolating y. We want the equation to say y equals. Sort of like our rearranging formulas topic or lesson back in an earlier unit. So I'm going to solve for y. So I have a 4x, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So now I'm going to have 2y equals negative 4x, and I still have that plus 16 there. Then I'm going to divide by 2 to isolate y. So I'm going to have y equals, divide everything on the right by 2, be negative 2x plus 8. So now this is in slope-intercept form. And we kind of reviewed that earlier. So the y-intercept is 8, right? Our y-intercept is 8. And our slope is negative 2, so negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 to the right 1. And yeah. There's the line. And obviously these two lines, these are the same because it's the same equation, right? I mean, that these are just two different methods. Okay, I'm going to erase that. They're just two different methods to graphing this line. Whoops. So you're gonna have the opportunity to pick whatever method you want. It's totally up to you on how you graph it. Either find the x and y intercept and connect the dots, or convert to slope intercept form. So let me show you again. So again, I'm going to show you both methods, but it's going to be your choice. So I have 2x minus 3y equals 12. So first, let me find the x-intercept. So I'm going to go plug in 0 for y. 3 times 0 is 0, so I'm just left with 2x equals 12. Divide by 2, x equals 6. So my x-intercept is at 6. Let me get the y-intercept. So plug in 0 for x. 2 times 0 is 0, so I'm left with a negative 3y. Don't forget the negative. Divide by negative 3, y equals negative 4. So the y-intercept would be at negative 4. So there you have it. We have our x and our y-intercepts. And, to graph a line, you really only need 2 points. And we have our 2 points, so we can connect. Method 2, convert to slope-intercept form. So I'm going to rewrite the equation really fast. So I want to get y isolated by itself because I want it in y equals form. So my first step would be subtract the 2x from both sides. So I'm going to have a negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 12. And then divide by negative 3. So I'm going to have y equals negative 2 divided by negative 3. That's going to not be a whole number. So I'm just going to leave it as, and a negative divided by negative is positive. So it's going to be a 2/3 x. 12 divided by negative 3 would be negative 4. It's in slope-intercept form. My y-intercept is negative 4. My slope is 2/3. So I'm going to go up 2 to the right 3, up 2 to the right 3, so on and so forth. And again, look, both of the lines are the same, right? Like if you look at them, over here, these are literally the same, and they should be, right? I mean, it's the same equation, okay? It's just like what I'm saying, it's different methods. You get to pick. You either do method 1, find the x and y intercepts, or method 2, convert to slope intercept form. Totally up to you. So as you do the rest of these problems, it is totally up to you. It says using either method. You pick. Do whatever you want to do. Graph it however you like. So I'm going to let you finish the rest of it.